In this video, the first thing we're going to be talking about is the approach. There's 3 basic rules that you want to remember when you're approaching a woman. Number 1 is being observant. That includes both visual skills and listening skills. The second thing is a smile. The third thing is not being a predator. And we're going to demonstrate how to do this.
What are these? Bees? Jesus.
Yo, girl, can I get your number? Fuck. Damn.
Hey, baby, is this seat taken?
Right there, yeah.
What?
What up, girl? Hey, did you know I'm a vegetarian? Go V.
Smell like chloroform to you? What? So, today's special on the menu is cockpit sandwich time.
As you can see, gentlemen, we've given you demonstrations on how not to and how to. Keep in mind that when you're approaching a woman, you don't want to be too uptight and you don't want to be nervous, because either way is okay? What you want to do with the listening skills is you want to not stalk them, but what you want to do is maybe in a few seconds worth, you should be able to hear them talking about maybe a new puppy they got with a friend, or getting their nails done, or maybe going to a concert or something that you can jump into. As far as visually, tattoos are a great thing to ask about a woman. Also heritage, if you ask, hey, where are you from? Something else might be like maybe a new pair of shoes, like Jordans or something, or maybe she's wearing a shirt that has your favorite band on it. Any little things like that will get you in, and it'll make the conversation flow easier, so you can get her. The next part of our video is going to be about negs and pebbles. Hector's going to be explaining what pebbles are in the next clip, but I'm talking about negs. What a neg is it's called negatives. I'm sure when you were in high school, or maybe even now, you wonder, why does the jerk always get the most beautiful, popular girl? She's so perfect, like, how could she be with such a jerk? I'll tell you how it works. You see, there's insecurities that women have, and they're always comparing themselves to other women, wondering if they're good enough or not. So when a guy teases a girl maybe about a painting that she did in class or something, and he's like, haha, looks like a little kindergartner drew that. They start getting self-conscious, and they feel like they're not good enough. And what ends up happening is they feel like they have to prove themselves to you. So when you throw out little negs like that, it's not that you're being a jerk. You're just kind of teasing them a little bit. You don't want to do it, neg after neg after neg. You want to kind of like throw it out there every once in a while. And it's a very powerful tool, and it will be guaranteed to get you a lot of women.
An analogy that I want to use is food. Think about it. You eat, 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 eat. I'm really hungry. Eat, 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 eat. Ugh, I'm full. Put it aside. I don't even want to look at it. It's the same thing with women. Women, these relationships. It's when you're in this great relationship and it's perfect and it's rainbows and butterflies and unicorns, the whole shebang. And then 2 months later, she's like, out, doesn't want anything to do with you anymore. What just happened? Well, I'll tell you what just happened. She just got stuffed. Alright? She's full. So then, 2 weeks later, you get ring on the phone. You're like, oh, it's Kristen. Hey, Kristen. She's like, oh, hey, I don't know. I've just been thinking about you and I miss you and I don't know what to do and this and that. And then you're like, ooh, I want you back. I've been thinking about you every day and I've been drawing pictures of you and I really miss you. And she's like, ooh, I did miss you too, but now I'm stuffed. And unfortunately, it's not by you. And then 2 weeks later, she calls again. And she's like, oh, hey, I just wanted to talk and see how you're doing. And you're like, ooh, I miss you. I really want you back. I want to see how you're doing. And can we see each other? Please, I want to have kids. And she's like, ooh, I got stuffed by somebody else again. So, oh, especially for you overfeeders who like to extra stuff your girlfriends, just try to remember, eventually she's going to throw up. And by throw up, I mean not answer your calls, delete your number, maybe even get a restraining order on you. I don't know. I'm just saying that those are some of the things that could happen. Now, you just want to keep her hungry. Don't always answer back. Don't always be next to your phone. Act like she calls you, and you're like, oh, hey, answer back an hour later, 2 hours later, even a day later. Be like, oh, hey, sorry, I'm really busy. I was at a meeting. Don't even give any details. And then she's hungry, and you're good. Keep her hungry. Have a good one, guys. How's it going, guys? I want to talk to you about pebbles. Pebbles are like negs, except for there's a positive part in the end. So it's like half negative, half positive. So then that way it kind of like throws a person off. Well, does he like me or does he not like me? I don't know. Think of it kind of like Sour Patch Kids, just so you can remember it. First they're sour, and then they're sweet. So with a woman, as an example, is you see a woman, a friend or whoever, and she comes out and like, wow, you look nice enough to be out in public today. You know, see, it's like you're complimenting her that she looks nice today, but you're saying that she looks only good enough to be out in public. Like, it's like, wow, you actually look okay. Like, you don't look like shit. So, not much of a compliment, but is a compliment. Another one is like, wow, you look really great in that dress, but can you breathe right in there? So, those are some good examples. Those are pebbles. Have a good one, guys.
Right, go.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Right now, we want to talk to you about what not to do on a date or anything with a woman. First thing is, you don't want to brag. You don't want to be like, oh, you got to see my car. Oh, you got to see my house. It's huge. Oh, you got to see this. You got to see that. Women get very turned off and like, I don't want to deal with that. Big thing.
Another thing is you don't want to wear too much cologne. Now, just because you've had compliments on it before from other women doesn't mean that that same woman's going to like it. Try to do 3 sprays minimum. You can do one here, one here, one here, or you can do one under the armpits and your neck again. But you don't want to take a bath in it because it might overwhelm a woman and instantly, it doesn't matter what kind of game you're throwing at her, she's going to say, no, not again.
It's true. Another thing that's important is clothing. You don't want to have baggy clothing. You don't have really tight clothing, and you can if you want to. But you don't want to have clothing that's like really super baggy because it just looks really like ghetto, and that's not really the look we're going for here. That's really important.
Another thing is specifically on the first few dates, you don't want to be too sexual. If you do that, it makes a woman think, okay, well, he's all about sex and I'm out of here. However, if you maybe throw it out there once or twice, little sexual innuendos, they like it because it lets them know that you're not a little prude guy. But then again, you're not some sexual predator.
Yep, it's true. Another thing that's really important is breath. You really don't want to have bad breath when being with a woman. It just makes the bitches run. So, first thing notice is that 80% of bad breath comes from your tongue. If it's white or yellow, scrape that shit off because it really makes a difference. Another thing is flossing. It's a big part of bad breath. So always flossing, have that nice, clean breath smell. I remember I had this this girl that I really liked, and she was hot. She was fucking Cuban, like big ass, small waist, nice tits, and just every time I went to go talk to her, it was breath. It was like, I just want to say it was like, the best way to describe it is like diarrhea mixed with like the back of your molars, like floss that comes out, and it was terrible. And I never hooked up with her ever, and she really wanted it, but hell no, not with that kind of breath. So that's really important too.
And lastly, the thing that we're gonna leave you with what not to do, which we will give you more in the future. This is just a few examples, but when you're on the first date with a woman, don't plan the second date with her. Because right there you're telling her, I'm desperate, I want you. And like we've discussed, you want to keep yourself scarce and go ahead and leave it to her. And all your things on how to get women will happen, and that's how you get her.
Exactly.
Bye, guys.
Enjoy.